humble. Allow me to share this with the Entourage boys. So I'm coming back in. A cycle of traffic in the background was terrible. So I wanted to put that right, doing a more audible live. It's a shame because I think the live from yesterday, I think that's actually some of the best content I've done. The audio is frustrating, but if you're looking for nuggets of gold, that's a good live. But apologies because there's a lot of traffic in the background. Today the traffic won't be so bad. I'm higher up, higher elevation. So I wanted to come in with a topic. You know, we just go through the same stuff here, really. But the theme of self-confidence. We're in such a state in the modern dating landscape, the modern self-development landscape. It's the worst I've ever seen, actually. The whole looks maxing, Asperger's thing, the total fixation on things like jaw chiseled, whatever, how tall you are, your body fat percentage, all of these things. And because this is mostly US centric, and because the US has an outsized cultural production, it is basically the world's cultural production. This is spreading throughout the world. So yeah, I've seen young kids who think because they're not looks max to the girls, they've got a 0% chance of getting women. And then I actually see them in set, and once they get rolling, they're very good. They're actually decent. So this is fucking up guys to a level, most guys are defeated before they've even gone in. And I see the self-deprecating way in which men refer to their own looks. It's just an absurdity. And really, it's on women to compete over looks, man. The fuck else are they gonna compete over? They're not gonna compete over money, are they? That's not gonna, in the sexual marketplace, that's not relevant. You know, even that, in my opinion, is stupid for the girls. You can, as a male or female, all you can do is make yourself presentable. It's the rest of the holistic picture that is what you can affect more. Yeah, so for the girls, I would say, not that any would listen to this channel, but look as good as you can. If you're overweight, make sure you sort that out. Get your fashion decent and do things like cook. You know, learn to be a good cook. Learn to give a good blowjob. Become a mature adult, you know. Spend time around men who hold you accountable if you can. Quite hard to do these days. Those would be my tips for the girls. And have a really hard look at where you are in the pecking order, you know. Girls can outperform their physical level quite easily because most girls in many countries now, they offer so little beyond a physical body that any girl who knows how to cook, any girl who's got a pleasant personality to be around, who is an asset, they can actually seriously outperform like a model, very easily in fact. So the guys I've coached or the guys that in my masterminds, I know probably all of them would take an 8, like a solid 8. An 8 is very fit, by the way, but a solid 8 who could cook, was good in bed, and was dependable, they could have a family with, over a 10, like a, you know, a Miss Universe level. I would say all of them would take that, or 7 days a week. So yeah, for women, it's quite easy. And it's the same for men, it's the same principle for men. And so one of the biggest things is self-confidence. And self-confidence has to be at such a level that it's not even confidence. Confidence is the wrong word. Certainty. is what you're looking for. Sorry about the drilling there in the background. Certainty is what you're looking for. It's not that you feel confident, and because your confidence can get knocked. It's way beyond that. It's way beyond that. It's 100% certainty in yourself and in your actions. And this is, there's so much self-doubt I see in guys. And if you're going to come into something like approaching women, you need to approach with certainty. As much as you can humanly muster, and then push beyond that. Push beyond that. Yeah, that's actually almost all you need, actually. You don't really need much beyond that. You don't really need that much beyond that. It's an interesting thing, like we talk about social skills and all these little tricks ultimately are just crutches for guys to feel a sense of certainty. But it is the sense of certainty that you need. That would be the number one thing I would recommend you work on in your next set, is your feeling of certainty. Your feeling of positivity, relaxation and certainty. Yeah. I don't think most people are chronically online now. This is what I've realized. So most people are not even going out anymore. And so they don't interact with other men. They're not around other men, you know, to see how other guys approach things, which is a shame. But because it's one of the best ways to learn. And one of the best example for me is my friend, my Colombian friend, who has got the highest level of confidence possible. He's just got 100% confidence in his social skills, and he's confident in his own confidence, basically. And if anyone saw him, they would say, looks maxing wise, the guy is nothing special. He does what he can, but he's nothing special. His best feature is that he's 5'11". That's his best feature. There's nothing else he has. He doesn't have any money either. He's quite slim, I suppose. That would be another thing as well. And the guy just has a harem. He's had a harem for like the last 12, 13 years. Of extremely hot women as well. If I could bring him around the kind of guys, I would love to bring him into the channel at some point. I'll see if I can do that maybe one day. Just see him in action. And it's just infectious. You can't compete with that. It's not something an app can compete with. It doesn't mean he gets all the girls, but he gets plenty. He gets plenty. And that's the other thing as well, is realizing not all the girls are for you anyway. That's also, I think that's part of the certainty. It's like being certain in yourself. That really is the game. Is being able to go, have women decline your approach and truly not care. Anytime you care, you've outsourced your sense of self-esteem to another person and you put it in their hands, unfortunately. And as someone doing approach, it's a real paradox, because obviously you go to get a result. Yeah, it's a real paradox. The only time I've found that I really truly don't care at all is when I'm around other guys and we're just approaching together. I find that the easiest time not to care. My first couple solo, I do tend to still feel, it is your ego. It's your ego. It's your ego. It's a sense of ego. The ego wants to protect you. It wants you to feel relevant and important. And most importantly, it wants control as well. It wants control. And most of what's happening is in your life, it's just all subconscious. And I know there are a lot of tools out there for, you know, managing the subconscious. It's something I do a bit of alchemy with. I always recommend Phil Parker's work and so on, but a lot of it just comes down to letting go. And I find one of the best things for just breaking through that ego is just a rejection, a public rejection, which doesn't go well. That does break through your sense of ego. And especially like high achieving guys, of course you have a sense of ego about what you've done. Like, that's normal. And on what you're doing on a daily basis. Would you even do it if you didn't have a sense of ego? Would you start a business if you didn't hold yourself to some kind of a standard? Would you go for a top company or a top job if you didn't have a sense of ego? Probably not. And so it's just an interesting paradox. It's something it can be good in one context. When it comes to approach, can actually fuck you up. Again, apologies for the drilling, guys. I'm 14 floors up. How the hell is there drilling? How is that even possible? That's all a warm-up is in cold approach. All a warm-up is you getting the fuck out of your way. That is it. That's it. The whole, like, we talk about like this frequency state you can get into. Really all that is, I'm going to move because it's about to start raining. Really all that actually is just your ego getting, fat ego getting out of the way. Your ego and your insecurities just buggering off out of the way. So yeah, absolute confidence is like being a dumb, confident rock. Let me just give you some strategies for like absolute confidence, because this is stuff that helped me definitely back in the clubbing days. I found the environment so crazy, and one thing I learned to do was, how are we doing for the visuals? One thing I learned to do was, anything that the girl said, I would reinterpret as she was attracted to me. So it'd be like, oh, you go get me can you get me a drink? And I would reinterpret that as, what, you want to come and have a drink alone with me? Or, oh, you're annoying bastards. And I would just reinterpret that as anything she did, I would reinterpret as an advance. Everything, right? You think that can't work, surely. Try it. These people are not logical you're dealing with. You're dealing with a human female, a mammal. You know, we're barely above chimps, right? Stop thinking that they're logical. They're totally irrational in many contexts. If you just do that, it works. Try it. Reinterpret everything she says as she's flirting with you. Especially like in clubs, I don't know why, it just actually works. But you don't do it in an intellectual way. I've seen some of these guys, obviously there's a coach, Todd V, who's like, it's amazing that guy's done so well as a coach, because I've seen some of his infields. Wow, too logical, man, too logical. No connection, no vibe. But yeah, I'm thinking of when you do that, you reinterpret what the girl is saying. If the girl's literally telling you to fuck off, yeah, then no, that doesn't work, right? But if it's a general conversation, that's when it's gonna work. I've just seen him in an interaction which is obviously screwed. It's like, dude, you just leave this one, just leave it. But yeah, reinterpreting their reality as something that is, reinterpreting what they say as flirtation. Just do it. The next 5 sets you're in. That's something that makes you feel confident anyway, because like you just radiate this your aura is. Nothing she can say to me, no shit test, nothing. I'm completely self-centered and content in my own world. And I'm just going to reinterpret everything she says as self-aggrandizing towards my purposes. You'd be completely staggered how much that works. I would highly recommend using that tactic. Other things that can give you confidence. Knowledge about what women actually respond to. They respond more towards being taken than used. This is why the whole consent thing is made it a lot more difficult, because I remember when I was very young, I would ask girls if I could kiss them, believe it or not. And even a couple did me the favor of saying, don't ask me. Because I didn't understand, right? I'd been raised to think that men and women were the same. So like, it would be a logical question if someone asked me, a girl asked me, can I kiss you? I'd be like, yes or no. Whereas the girl said to me, don't ask me. I was kind of like, okay, fine. And I was obviously quite young at that point. Yeah, it was interesting because I was all right when I was in my early teens, going off instinct. And then as I got to around 20, probably the culture, and being exposed to things like, a more feminized culture, that started to seep into my brain. And yeah, I specifically remember that, asking a girl to pull her, she said, don't ask. Yeah, if there's any young guys watching this, just go through my content, man, and just let as much of it sink in as possible, because this is 20 years of me distilling this stuff, and I knew nothing when I started. Nothing at all. I had some good instincts when I was very young, but I would say that was almost wiped away by the culture, education, and so on. So I had to start at ground zero at like 19, 20. Knew absolutely nothing at all, and the stuff I thought I knew was all wrong. So in this particular field, if you have bad information, you will fail. So if you say, for example, you need to aggressively seek permission from a girl to get her consent on everything. Yeah, how is she responding to me when I hold her hand? Should I escalate a little bit more? No, just take her by the hands, walk across the fucking road. Yeah? Sound a bit rapey? Shit, I've said the word. It's not, man. It's taking control. It's not. You know the difference. We know the difference. Okay, we're grown adults. It's fucking obvious, right? The difference is obvious. Yeah. So certainty. By the way, 52% of women have a fantasy about that every week. The second thing, not holding the hands. The second thing I said. Yeah. So more boldness, more confidence, and this is still something with daytime approach. I still struggle to sort of muster this level of like grabbing the girl, taking her across I struggle to muster that truthfully in a daytime approach. Still to that level. In a club, I'm fine. On a date, I'm fine. On the approach, like a hyper, sanitized place like the mall I'll be going to after this, I still struggle to muster that. So, but I push it as far as I can. I go in with as much confidence as I can possibly muster. Yeah. Being in a group, being in a gang helps. Definitely helps. Because you've got automatic validation when you're with a gang. Like, if my friend's going for approaches, I see them, I just don't care. And it goes really well, I'm like, oh yeah, nice. If it goes badly, I'm just like, hey, cool. It makes no difference, right? And it's the same vice versa. It's the same for them to me. So that complete acceptance from your mates, on an instinctive level, that does something to you. It makes you basically bulletproof. And in combat, that actually makes your approaches better as well. Yeah. Anything you can do to build your confidence, though, the confidence has to be irrational, though. This is the thing. You can go to the gym all you want. You can make all the money you want. You can do all the looks maxing you want. That might get you an extra 5-10%. It won't even get you 10%. That'll get you an extra 5%. Being ripped to the gills, rich, and having a good social circle. The social circle will probably get you another 10. Just because of the way we're designed cognitively. Social acceptance breeds more confidence by far than just having muscles. But yeah, so you can get objectively improved metrics that will improve a little bit of confidence, but I think that can also breed fear as well. What happens if I lose my physique? What happens if I lose my money? That actually also breeds fear. So the confidence has to be totally irrational and delusional from within. Well, it's not delusional actually. It's just it's generated from your mind. Your mind is your biggest tool in this. Yeah. And that's not to say you don't take feedback. So for example, if you're just delusionally confident, but your approach is shit because you're too overbearing or you're too timid, you need to get obviously feedback for it. Yeah. But you still maintain that peak level of confidence, right? Yeah, so any way in which you can breed irrational confidence, that is the way to do things. That's the way to do things. The other stuff is just kind of a crutch. It's a useful crutch, use it. The irrational confidence is where it is at. That's why Dominican guys do well, man. Half these guys are fat bastards with no money. An ugly face. They get absolutely bad women, dude. To the point, maybe I should start videoing the streets a bit more. Yeah, so guys really see what's going on. Yeah. When I see American guys now, I've met a few American guys. I met one the other day in the Capitol, and I honestly swear to God, I was like, this guy's gotta be gay. Like, surely he's gay. He had he had long hair, but like very princessy, like long hair. He was just his mannerisms were just very feminized and pristine looking, but to a point of just crazy level of pristine looking, right? Not necessarily good looking, but just everything was so done. And I met a guy like this as well, an American guy like this last summer as well. I was like, the level these guys go to now to looks max, it's absolutely insane. Yeah, the guy was like, no, and he told me he had a daughter. I was like, what, he's straight? Fucking hell. Genuinely, I was shocked. Seen some stuff online, these young guys from Denmark with like the long blonde hair. It's not the fact they've got long blonde hair, it's like, it's truly womanly, you know. It's fucking bizarre, dude. It's like the Great Rat Experiment, you know, when rats get too much food and their civilization becomes too high, it's too secure, too safe, they stop breeding. The men all become like ponces who just retreat and just prune themselves, and the women become all angry. That's pretty much what's happening to humans, you know. We are mammals at the end of the day. Maybe that's happening. So, yeah. Aggression max, confidence max, and volume max as well. That's probably the biggest lesson I had through this is volume just beats everything, dude. Volume with quality will defeat everything. Yeah. Anything else for social confidence? Having a social circle, having friends as well. Having a social circle and having friends. Yeah, this is something I actually do believe if someone were to open a third place, as in like, let's say a great bar in any city, right? If you actually leverage really good social media production, you can charge premium prices, and people are so desperate to get out I think you can do well. I went to this place, it's like called the Speakeasy, I think it was called, in Manchester. It was all premium prices, but it was fucking great. It was absolutely great. I went with a date there. But it's nice to go to a third place, whether you're with a date or whether you're meeting a girl. Yeah, this is just something I realize more and more. Like, I was in the gym earlier on. It's like, is this really a third place? Can you really flirt in the gym? I mean, I know guys do, but I truly don't know what I would say. I don't even know how I would open. Because how am I going to open with a compliment when the girl's sweating in spandex and stuff like that? And I'm just like, I'm looking at her muff, basically. Yeah, your muff's looking good. You know, you're going to get... It's pretty high risk open, you know. It feels more perverted, I would say. I just don't feel comfortable doing it. And plus I want to focus on myself anyway. Whereas going over to pay a compliment when the girl's dressed up, it feels normal, actually. It feels normal. So yeah, so fundamentally knowing what you're doing helps. It does help. But that's got to always be paired with confidence though. Certainty. Take. Don't ask permission. Take her. The real shit I can't say on YouTube because it is run by clowns. The whole world is kind of run by clowns. And you can say this is a conspiracy or Joseph, it kind of is at this point. I saw a stat the other day yesterday in fact, saying 50% of men under the age of 25 never approached a woman. 50%. In any circumstance. It's fucking demented, dude. I mean, I can understand why they wouldn't have done daytime approach, but guys in my generation, at least we had nighttime. You know, you would get a lot of approach experience in nighttime plus social. Now nightlife has gone away, largely. Internet dating has come in, that's a mainstay, that's a staple. And so yeah, where are these guys supposed to learn, man? And there's no one out there fucking helping them either, you know? Or there's not enough people. I want to see another 100 people like me coming through. Can help, guys. But yeah, so where do these guys go? You know, they go to the internet and they see clowns telling them you need to be 6'5", clowns telling them you need to be worth $3 million by the time you're 24 years old. It's just not helping anybody. It's actually creating that content is designed to create insecurity. Yeah, my content truly is designed to make you more confident. There's no bullshit. I want to make you more confident. I don't care if you. I'm not even open for coaching at the moment. I'm not even making anything off this channel at the moment. Yeah, I have another business, right? You can already see my lifestyle. My life is already good. Yeah? I'm doing this channel because it's something that I know a lot about and I can see the need for it. So yeah, the purpose of this is to make you more confident, man. More confident in yourself. You're the fastest sperm, mate. You're the fastest sperm. But that confidence is got to be delusional. Don't say to yourself, I'm confident. You want to show off, like show off what you do in set. Big yourself up in set. But even your confidence has to come from beyond the achievements because you can never achieve enough. Your physique can never be good enough. You can never have enough money. You can never win enough Nobel Prizes. Confidence got to come from inside you, yeah. And you don't have to have any reason to feel confident at all. You don't have to have any reason to feel confident at all. You just feel it. You just feel certain. It's not a question of how. It's a question of when. When do you feel certain? I wonder where the psychology comes from here with a kind of approval-seeking tendency in a lot of guys. Is it that, I mean, when you look at how people are raised, everything in your life as a young person depends on the approval of adults. You know, my nursery school teacher approved of me, so that means my parents are now going to approve of me. My school teachers report I was a good boy, I did my homework, now my parents are going to approve of me. And that goes on and on and on. And then you go through secondary school and you have to study. You go to a sports team, does the coach approve of you? Yes, they do, then you can play. So that approval seeking thing can go very deep. And you think of like a lot of female teachers as well for young guys. If you're from a single parent household, it's usually a single mom. So female approval, it just means everything to you. If you're from maybe a household where the dad was just inadequate, maybe because he was a cunt, or maybe because he just for some reason struggled. You know, guys come onto this channel. There's quite a few who are sons of alcoholic fathers, right? And does that mean there was more emphasis on the feminine acceptance, the mum's acceptance? Yeah, this is a question I've tried to sort of psychoanalyze here. So those patterns, they're old patterns, man. They're deep. They're childhood things. And whatever things you need to imagine to get yourself to feel that 100% confidence, fucking do it. Fucking do it. Some of those things, like I don't think going to talk therapy and things like that, I mean, it can be quite good to give you a bit of a handle on, maybe if you don't have any insight at all, that kind of thing can be quite good. Let's say you've been struggling with self-confidence and you're inexplicably single despite having all the metrics, and like you're genuinely good looking as well. People say to you everything is there, right? You still can't get it together. It'll be a lack of confidence holding you back. A lack of know-how, sure, but mostly a lack of confidence. So where's that coming from? Why are you outsourcing your approval to other people? It's because you weren't given enough approval as a child just for being you. Not performance related approval. You're just a human, you know. Yeah, but when you think about how much kids are conditioned into seeking approval from caregivers, teachers, adults, parents, it's not that surprising some people get fucked up by it. Yeah. You think of the USA as well, the message that the young women are getting is equally toxic, but in the other direction. It's like, you can do no wrong, you know. I'm not going to go on a rant about that, because that is unique to the US. There's no other country like that where they get that kind of messaging. But yeah, you can see the effects of that as well. So yeah, the question is, what's the solution? What's the solution? Because action alone will get you so far. Yeah, that will break your beliefs. But I also think brotherhood as well, and tools that you can use in your own time as well. As I say, I recommend A Lightning Process by Dr. Phil Parker. That is a great tool for generating a state of self-belief. I also recommend Jerry Wise as well. If this content is resonating with you, I don't mind recommending other people. I'm not some kind of like, I don't think I'm not a specialist in everything. So Dr. Jerry Wise, he is a specialist in assisting adult children of narcissists and also alcoholics as well. It's basically people who were neglected as children on some level. And he's got a very good channel. So those are two guys I would recommend checking out. But they're not going to teach you actually how to mechanically go over to women. They're not going to teach you how to actually date. They're not going to be able to teach you this like bulletproof bulldog certainty mindset. That's not them, right? That's not them. They're therapists. It's just kind of where I come in, really. Yeah, the word that just keeps going on in my head over and over is certainty. When you take the girl, when you pull her in with certainty. It's not a fake certainty, it's not performed. Yeah, I mean, you can perform it, you can do that at first. It's more where you just let go. You just let go. When you're going for the kiss, you just let go. Yeah, I mentioned this on yesterday's live. There's a weird effect I've been noticing in the last 4 or 5 months, because I've been in so much approach, so much content, thinking about this so much. Women become a North Star automatically, which is not what they should be. a mammal should not be a female mammal should not be anybody's North Star. So yeah, that's just something I'm having to address in myself. And actually the way I'm doing it right now is sometimes I'll go down the street and I'll go Islamic mode. I just won't look at anybody. There's tons of hot girls everywhere, but I just won't look at anybody. Just to remind myself to stay centered in myself. And I can still approach, but it's gonna be like when I want to approach, you know. Otherwise, you get taken off center. And just, yeah, reminding myself their approval doesn't really mean anything. It doesn't really mean anything. They approve, they don't approve. I get laid, I don't get laid. It doesn't matter. I've still got to go out for work tomorrow. It's just going to be the same. I've still got to go to the gym. I've still got to come on here and make content for you guys. I'm still going to go and approach the next girl. So it doesn't really matter that much. Yeah, I think a good thing for a lot of people is taking internet holidays, internet vacations, including from my channel as well. You know, there's a lot of content coming into people's brains on a daily basis, and a lot of it's very unhelpful. And then you've also got people who, when they haven't, you're watching content about sport, but they might be referencing stuff like red pill stuff. It's just not helpful. So even when you're not watching the specifics, those other content creators, they're referencing stuff. So you kind of can't escape it. The Manosphere, a guy I like is Patrice O'Neill. He's a guy I like. Who's obviously black American comic who had pretty solid game, especially for a big fat guy as well. And he's very, he understands the mammalian aspect of male-female dynamics very well. I'd actually recommend him. Yeah, it's interesting that his comedy he's not really remembered for that, even though his comedy was good. He's more remembered as like a relationship guru. Or Patrice, God rest his soul. Shame he's not with us. He died very young. So yeah, boys, a bit fatigued today, but I just wanted to come back in. I felt like yesterday's live, the audio was so bad, I just needed to come back in. And so yeah, a bit low energy today, a lot of work, the gym. But anyway, it is what it is. Check out my vista here. Got a pool in the background. It's all good, man. It's all good. So yeah, it's nice. It's nice. It's very nice. So let's see if we've got any comments in here. People saying hello, happy balls, how are you, mate? Good to see you. Yeah, if anyone's got any questions, go ahead and ask. Did a little bit of a political ramble yesterday as well. At the end of the live, that was quite fun to do. One of my students has actually gone back to Serbia this week. So that's interesting. Guys buying into the international lifestyle. You know, people come out to these locations, they meet the women, and they go back. You know, I think if when I open up, if there's anyone brave enough to come out to the DR, if you got the balls, it's not dangerous. It's just people just don't have the balls to do anything these days. But if you've got the skills, the balls, and you want to do it, this place will change your life, man. This place will change your life. Serbia will as well, in a different way. But the DR is just fucking outrageous. It's outrageous. Santo Domingo, dude, is fucking something else. I've never seen anywhere like that place in my entire life. Yeah, so no questions coming through. Okay, so yeah, I've got to wrap things up shortly. Any final thoughts? I just wanted to impart, boys. Don't 10x your confidence, just 1000x it to a level of certainty. The confidence needs to be demented. It needs to be a demented level of confidence. That's what it needs, right? That supersedes any skill. It supersedes any skill. Just certainty. Certainty. That's actually what, when you see that, that's the fastest. As soon as you see a guy move like that, you go, I get it. Or you see that once and you just go, right, message received. That's what you need to do. Yeah, and it's in you. It's in all of us, guys. It's in all of us. If you can be confident making a cup of tea, you can also be confident speaking to a girl. You can be confident playing Call of Duty. You can be confident speaking to a girl. You just need a bit of exposure therapy in many cases. So one thing that dance can be quite good as well is there's the two phases of dance. There's the phase when you shit. That's good because it's kind of like, if you can not be very good and laugh it off, that does show a lot of confidence. And then there's the phase when you're good, and then you get certainty. So that's one of the things I definitely like about dance, particularly Kizomba. I know any girl that I dance with, I don't care who she is. I don't care if she's married to the fucking Giga Chad. I don't care if she's pregnant with a Giga Chad. I know that I can turn her on in Kizomba. That is my totally lethal move. My lethality there is like, yeah. Because it's the nature of the dance itself that turns the girl on. And I'm also really actually good at it as well. I've been doing it for a long time. It's very subtle as well. Yeah, even my body proportions as well. It's easier for me to turn a girl on being 5'7" than it is for a guy who's 6 foot, because my hip is going to be closer to her clitoris. So I can move in a certain way where like she's actually going to get turned on. She can't help it any more than you could help it if just some girl just started grinding up again. You can't help but get turned on. But yeah, the certainty as well that I have in that dance, I can lead the girl in any number of different directions for as long as I want. I can just do whatever I want, basically. I have true certainty with that. I would recommend, guys, if you are serious about seduction, I honestly, if you have any dance ability at all, and when I say dance, like you can do boxing or you used to play football and you can count 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, if you can do that, I almost don't think you're serious about seduction, really being a seducer, if you don't have at least some dance in the back pocket. I can't really take it seriously. You're lacking something. Even if it's only, go do bachata for 3 months. What I would pick is, I'll pick one dance and just do it for a year. Pick another dance, do it for a year. Pick a third dance, do it for a year. If you can just show up once a week for a calendar year, practice for 40 minutes on your own on a Saturday or maybe on a half an hour twice a week, you will get very good. And that you don't need more than that. And once you've done it, I've not done a salsa class really since I was 22. I learned when I was 22, I'm now 40. So for the last 18 years, my 12 weeks of salsa has got me through the last 18 years. Kizomba, I've not done a class for, I want to say pre-pandemic, so 6 years. Bachata, I've never done a class, bachata. Kizomba's the one I put most effort into. I went to the most classes there. I would just go every single week without fail. And then I would just put the music on after work and I would just dance around in my office for about 10 minutes. There you go. How many closes have I got out of that? Fuck me, dude. Loads. And good women as well, like women who actually can dance as well. Relationships as well. Yeah, I don't understand. I don't fully understand the resistance to doing it. Like it's not like, for example, I don't know, like learning shooting or something, learning boxing. Yeah, who wants to get punched in the fucking nose? Nobody. Or like having a gun explode in your hand, or some of these things, or like building a business and leaving your job. I can understand the resistance there. With something like dance, I actually can't understand the resistance. I don't know why every guy doesn't just take advantage of this. It's so fucking easy. All you've got to do is show up once a week for a year. That's it. 52 times. And you'll get good. And then you never have to worry about closing ever again. Like anytime a girl comes back to your apartment, you just take her on a little dance. She'll be excited to even dance with you. So yeah, that gives you a good sense of certainty. Yeah, I like having that in my back pocket. I don't even use it that much. It's actually almost a problem. It's so effective, it's almost a problem. So I've kind of shot myself in the foot out here in Santiago. I was dancing with the teacher, and she'd become fucking obsessed with me. She wouldn't stop messaging me. Oh God, this is really annoying, because I actually just want to go to your class, I want to go to these nights, and I don't want to deal with this bullshit. She's really not attractive. She's quite insistent and pushy. It's like, fuck this girl, man. So I'm kind of ghosting her. So yeah, it's like literally too effective, man. It's crazy. So boys, I'm gonna go and get myself down to the mall. I'll probably do an approach or two, I would say. We'll see what happens. You never know. The mall is literally, well, let me just show you my neighborhood, right? Let me just quickly show you it. So this is the rooftop vibes. So just down here, just there, that's the supermarket. The gym is just the other side of that. And then the mall is just there. It's right there. So that's my corner shop. And those are the only places really you can actually do proper like mini sessions. A bit limited. You want to get, I think if I did a 20 approach session at mall, I do think security would kick me out, to be quite honest. So I keep it to about 3. It's not, the mall is not that big, but just frequency. So yeah, the logistics are good, man. The logistics are good. Oh, the posture's getting a bit fucked here, boys, isn't it? Oh, that's the thing with bench press. It fucks up the posture. You get the whole hunchback going on. So yeah, this is my setup right now, boys. I'm here for another 3 to 4 weeks. I'll be coming in with these lives for the next few weeks. I'm trying to do it from, I'm doing them from more interesting locations, so you boys can see a bit of the style as well. You know, it's really like it is a whole lifestyle, man. The women are they're just a side effect. They're just a side effect. It's easy. It's fucking easy, dude. And I appreciate it's easy for me to say that, but once you build things up, you realize it is easy. It is easy. So yeah, we'll leave things there for today, boys. Thank you for joining, anyone. Hopefully that's been a relaxing, calm live, and I'll be coming back in, probably next week, be at the carnival on Sunday, and I'll catch you boys again soon. Take it easy.